Hey everyone, Michael here with Hello Cupcake It's Me, and today is the Saturday check-in. It is September 25th, 2021. Just a few more days and we're in October. October is my most favorite month out of all of them. In my house, growing up, my biological mother celebrated Halloween like it was Christmas or Easter or like whatever. She just went all freaking out. And um decorum to the nines. Like she decorated the house like most people decorate for Christmas. That's how like over the top she went with Halloween. And for me as a little kid growing up, uh it was just like exciting because I knew as soon as I went back to school, even though I hated going to school, that all the new toy ads would be coming out, and like then I knew that there was going to be Halloween and Thanksgiving, and then Christmas, and then I was out for 2 weeks, and then it was just like real fast, and then we were at Valentine's Day, and then it was my birthday, and then it seemed like I was out of school again. So that's how, in my mind, I broke up the year. And so Halloween has always just had like that like childhood connotation, and I love going to the spirit store. I love seeing all the different like Halloween decorations at like Michael's and Joann's and Walmart and stuff like that. Though the Walmart in my area, they really haven't had much of a Halloween section the last, I'd say, 6 or 7 years. Like they've had just very basic costumes, very basic Halloween decorations and stuff like that. So I don't know if your Walmart's like that or whatever, but in the Dollar Tree also, I love how you can go to the Dollar Tree and like seriously just make it rain and come out with a whole ton of stuff. Um, so yeah, October is my favorite month, and plus I like watching all of those like October scary movies that you don't usually watch in any time of every other part of the year, like The Lost Boys, Hocus Pocus, The Craft, um, what else? Nightmare on Elm Street, just movies like that. So I've already started off my Halloween movie viewing a couple of days ago. I watched Lost Boys, and then I turned around and I watched what was the other one that I watched that was kind of Halloweenish? Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. I just watched her movie last night, and seems like there was one other one that I watched that I normally only watch like around October. Um, so yeah. And did you guys hear that Elvira came out? Like, I want to see the picture of the chick who like locked that down. And apparently, her and this woman have been in a relationship for like the past 19 years. I'm like, honey, why didn't you come out sooner? Like, she was the mayor of West Hollywood there for a while, and like has been this huge icon in both the LGBT world and in the straight world. And it was just like, seems like you could come out a little bit sooner, but however, um, so yeah, real, real kind of funny and interesting how things are turning out. Um, let's see what else. Oh, so over this course of this week, I started making my candles and stuff, and I did my very first candle here. It's a lavender candle, and that's real lavender flowers, and it smells so good. I love the smell of lavender, anyways. But yeah, got these really cool little tins. The first set of tins that I picked up, I got them at like the Dollar Tree or whatever, and they're perfect. They're the perfect size for just kind of playing around. And a lady down the street gave me this huge bag full of like wax and wick and like containers like this, but just a little bit larger. So I'm making candles now as part of a hobby thing to kind of do and get into, and also for the upcoming holiday seasons. That's going to be my handmade gift this year. I did handmade candles one time, like a few years ago, where I took pictures and I put it on there and stuff. And I talked about this in the Wednesday video, I believe, and I may have even shown you that candle. I'm not sure, but um, so yeah, right before I started the video this morning, I got up and I went and I checked on the candles that I did last night and leveled them out and added some more wax to some, and yeah, I'm having fun with it and like just coming up with all the different like ideas and creations and stuff like that. Last night I made 2 rose scented candles, and I took little rose petal or rose buds and I stuck them in there and poured the wax over that, and then I added just like a couple of drops of the rose scent that I have, and my whole house smelled like just a bouquet of roses. And it wasn't that like horrible old lady rose smell. It was actually fairly decent. I was like, okay, I can get behind this as long as it doesn't like have that over the top like smell or whatever. So yeah, kind of excited about all of that. And then yesterday I went to the printer and got myself some craft paper, that like brown cardboardy type paper, and I'm gonna try to make some handmade labels for my little guys here, uh, and that way it makes it just a little bit more personal than here. I made you a candle. Um, so yeah, and I also got to get some more fragrances that I can add to the oil. I did this one called Palo Santo, and if you've ever burned Palo Santo, it doesn't smell exactly like burning Palo Santo, but has that kind of like the idea of the Palo Santo, just more on a perfume scale versus that of a incense or burning wood scale. Because with the burning wood, the Palo Santo has like this really sweet, earthy, woody, cedar kind of smell to it, but this stuff is more on the perfume side. So, and it permeates everything. Like your hands smell like it if you get just the tiniest little drop on there. And I got some on my cutting board, and I thought that I got it all cleaned up. And yesterday, I wanted a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, so I made up a PB&J, and I got a bite into it, and I could smell the Palo Santo on the bread. So I'm like, dadgummit. So I don't know if I've completely ruined that cutting board or not, but yeah, for right now, it kind of smells like Palo Santo, and well, that perfumed Palo Santo, I should say. So yeah, just having fun making things, trying to like craft and just keep my mind busy. Yesterday, that whole bookshelf right there, from my shoulder all the way up, everything fell off of that, and it broke one of my favorite statues. And I'm so, so, so sad that it broke my statue. I had a statue that was about that big of Archangel Michael defeating Satan, and his wings were all spread up, and he had a sword and like a spear or something in his hand, and like Satan's down there like writhing in pain or whatever. And I absolutely loved that statue, but I ended up having to throw it away because I couldn't find all the pieces, and so really rather kind of sad about it. I mean, I have another one that's really awesome. That is that tall white thing right there where my thumb is. That's another one of those statues, but this one was like the very first statue that I got that was like really awesome. So I was kind of bummed out, sad, and all those other emotions. Um, what else? Um, my car and got an oil change yesterday. Um, in about 260 miles before I actually needed the oil change, but the car was starting to sound hot and everything, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and do the oil change now. And I don't know why getting the oil changed in my car makes me feel so accomplished and like I'm an adult, but it really does. And I used to have this old jalopy of a car, and it was a 1985 Mercury Cougar land yacht. I mean, this thing was huge. If it was completely empty, your voice echoed. That's how large it is, and I'm not even joking about the echoing voice aspect. And it was seafoam green, and he used to call it Tawanda because one of my favorite movies is Fried Green Tomatoes, and in there they tell a story about this wild woman named Tawanda, and it just I had this big bumper sticker on the back of it that said Tawanda, and yeah, that car was a fucking tank, but I loved her. She absolutely hated having brakes. Like, I could put the brakes on there on a Monday, and by Friday, the brakes would be completely gone. So I used to drive that car all over hell and high water in creation with no brakes, in stop and go traffic, like to the point where you hit the brake pedal and you'd hear this shh, shh, and just barely feel like grinding on the rotors. So I got like really got really creative with stopping and going in like heavy traffic on like the 405 in Los Angeles. Um and my dumb crazy ass, I drove her up and down to Big Bear and Idlewild and stuff like that, no brakes. And if you've ever been in Southern California, you've gone up to Big Bear or to Idlewild, the roads are like this, and there's like sheer cliffs. So yeah, call it stupidity of youth, call it not giving a damn, whatever, but she took those hills like a trooper, and I got it all the way up there, drove all the way around, and came all the way down, no brakes. um, Took her to Mexico once or twice, drove out to Las Vegas once with her, drove from um, Palm Springs to Hollywood, and then all over Hollywood, basically 3 times a week. Drove her all over Palm Springs, all over San Bernardino, just like everywhere you could think of is where I drove that car. And she was just the best car ever, and I was so sad when I had to give her up. My sister made the promise to me that if I sold my car to pay for some bills, that she would give me her car and go buy herself another car. And so I was like, okay, fine, cool, whatever. Well, it never happened. So from 2005 to 2015 or 16, I went without a car. So yeah, now that I have my little Subaru, I love it. And my niece made fun of me the first time that I brought it home. She's like, "You look like a soccer mom named Tammy." I'm like, well, "That's specific, but okay." So yeah, so I got my oil changed and got that all up and going. So that's another bill that I gotta pay. Um, but I'm fine with that. It's something that needs to be done, and sometime I'm thinking this coming week I need to put it in the garage and get my front struts taken care of, and So I'm probably going to be without a car for a day or two, which is going to suck. Um, and then what else do I got to do? Well, that's pretty much it. And then tonight I have a wedding rehearsal, or not rehearsal, a wedding reception to go to. My friend Carmen's daughter just got married, and um, they had a really small ceremony. It was like one of those let's go elope at the justice of the peace and then come home and have a huge party type situations. So I'm going to that, and then Sunday I'm going to go hang out with my sister, I think, and um, just kind of float in between. So, anyways, guys, I think that's pretty much it. Um, if you've been following along with the blog, I'm sorry I haven't really updated lately, but I'm planning on getting back into that. And if you haven't checked out the blog, please head over there and go check it out. It needs some love because I've looked at my stats recently, and for the last 2.5 months, there has been no traffic. So you can go over there and check some stuff out. There's stuff that I post over there that I don't post anywhere else, and that's hellocupcakeitsme.com. That would be greatly appreciated. And as always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, put them in the comments down below. If you have any video suggestions or ideas, let me know. If you need to talk to me directly or ask me a direct question, you can do so by the comment section, or you can send me an email, hellocupcakeitsme@gmail.com. And as always, thanks for watching this far, and if you haven't done so already, please hit like and subscribe, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.